Hello, class. My name is Ebenezer, and I'm going to present my project work overview report. This project will seek to identify areas with high density of 311 service requests and also understand the most typical sort of requests in those areas, and also to determine whether there are differences in response time and resolution rate based on their socio-economical profiles of these areas. It also ensure that if a municipal service are allocated fairly and that all people, regardless of their neighborhood, their demographic features, receive the same treatment um, uh, in terms of development or city maintenance. So, without not talking much, let's deep down into these project work questions, the research question. The main objectives of this project is to identify any indications of equity in city maintenance service. The project seeks to analyze the following question. That is, first one, what is the correlation between location with higher density of 311 service requests and their socioeconomic profile? And two, what is the most common type of request in those areas? And three, to assess whether the variation of in response time and resolution rate depends on socioeconomic profile. It is critical to assess 311 service request for fairness in city maintenance in order to make sure that municipal provide treatment to each of their city characters. Data preparation process. Now, the main data preparation process that we use is the data wrangling, which is the process of cleaning up mistakes and fusions of complicated data set to make them more accessible and also simpler to understand. A large amount of data needed to be stored and organized for the analysis to begin, for the amount of data and the sources available for us to use. And these we took the data from different sources. That was two sources. The one from the criminal um, offense website, and also the one from school data set, which indicate the poor societies and how they are being developed. Before we merge all these data sets, it needs to undergo through these 6 process. And the first one is the data discovery. As a data wrangling, we need to understand the data. We need to discover what we actually want to understand from the data. Then after that, we organize these data. How do we organize these data? We organize these data by taking it from their sources and also merging them, and also cleaning the data by removing duplicates, removing null values or any empty space in between um, the data to make it more accessible. And also we enrich the data. The enriching of the data simply means either we can add missing values or we can remove missing values, and we validate, and after that we publish our findings. So these are the actual um, data preparation process for us to do the analysis. After we've undergone through all these process, then we will be good to go and do our data analysis. Now, the analytical techniques that this research work employs was cluster analysis. And cluster analysis is a method of data analysis that's look at the natural occurring group within a data collection node within a data collection. Cluster analysis is unsupervised learning techniques because it doesn't need categorical data points into any determined group. So under this cluster analysis, we have a spatial clustering, which is a technique of arranging items within a specific dimension into a group so that the objects within the group will have a comparable features when compared to the object in the other group. that is known as spatial clustering. So this is one of the analytical techniques that this research work employed. And also the other one is the descriptive analysis, which is the fundamental concept in data analysis. This descriptive analysis involves a method for summarizing and describing essential features of data, such as the central tendency, the variability, and distribution. These statistics help to provide concise overviews of data. And as we can see in the research, as you can see in the presentation, we have the mean, which is the average, the median, which is the middle value, and the mode, which is the most frequently occurring. And also we have the standard deviation, the rate percentile, and the frequency distribution table. And the next slide also indicate the cluster analysis. From this cluster analysis, we can see different categories of grouping. Now, on the top side is the gray one, which is area with less crime rate and also have a higher request. And also the blue is area with a lesser crime rate, which also a higher development. However, the green area, the red area signify area with higher crime rate, which is having a lesser development, indicating that there is some kind of correlation between community crime and their request, and also how the city maintain these areas. And the following data chart also is a histogram that shows the correlation between areas of crime rate and their socio-economic development. So we can see that from the point 0, which indicates lesser crime, is having the maximum number of the maximum or the higher number of development, that is 9. And when you can see that this is skewed to the right, and up to where we have 225,641, we barely see the histogram there, which indicate that there is poor social development due to the higher crime rate. So to answer this research question, we can see that there is an correlation between areas of high crime rate and their socioeconomic development due to inequalities in response to city maintenance, respond to these areas. According to our finding, there are differences in how the city provide maintenance service to different communities, with some seeing longer response time and also lower resolution rate. These differences could be explained by the socioeconomic variables, suggesting possible injustice in city upkeep. To overcome these equity and promote more fair service delivery, additional research and policy measures must be required. Thank you.